Hi, welcome back everyone. In this tutorial I'm going to show you the basic interface of Construct 2. So when you pull up Construct you have this nice layout here. Basically it tells you everything that you need to know. You got Create Project, you can browse some examples, you can pick some recent projects, and if you want you can check out some useful links. It also has some information down here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new project. So we click that, and it comes up with two prompts here. So you can either have one in a single file, or you can put everything in a folder. But for now, we're just put everything in a single file. All right, wait. All right, and so here's our new game, right? And basically, it comes up with a default area in which you can play, and it has a whole bunch of panels around it. So let's just take a look at the interface. So up here, we'll start right at the top, and then we'll move all the way around to the bottom. So if we go here, that's our simple Windows thing. We all know what that is. You can, up here you also have Save It, then you also have Undo and Redo, and these are handy when you need to undo an action or redo an action. You have Run the Game, and then you have Customize the Quick Access. So if you click that, you can have all of these things, or all of these commands here. You can check them if you want. You can get more commands, and then you can show up a little ribbon if you want. And where did that put it? Put it right here. So you can either put it above the ribbon or below the ribbon, whichever. And then you can even get rid of it altogether if you want. Alright, so let's take a look at this here. This is basically our file menu. You can have New, Open, Save, Save Project As, and Save Single File. You can export it, close tab, or close the project. Okay, let's take a look at the home. You have the cut and copy and paste thing right here, but also your standard Windows hotkeys work as well here. Again, you have the redo, and you also have some select all, and then some you can delete, select none, or you can talk about this, or sorry, that's or you can select none here. Here, what happens is that this is what your project is going to be deployed to. So in this case, it's HTML5. Here you can go to the website, the forums, or you can check out the help. Here, if you push Run, you can run the entire project. Right now, you wouldn't get anything, or you can export project here. All right, let's take a look at the view. So you have several different views here, and if you click them, you can see whether they appear or not. So if I, for example, click the Layers bar, the Layers window hides. So if I declick the status bar is down here. It shows you some attributes here, and then the layers, and just some useful information. The properties bar is this thing. This is very handy. It has all the properties of any given item that you have in the game, or just the general game. So in here you have the name of the project, the description, version, first layout. This is obviously layout 1. Pixel rounding, the window size, browser, if you really want to select with browser, preview mode, or in the full screen if you want. So those are some of the properties in here. If we take a look at the project bar, this is basically, if you're used to Visual Studio, this is how it's usually set up. So we have our layout, and you can create more layouts. You can have event sheets, so that's these things which we'll talk about later. Object types, and sound and music. So this is where all of the content will be organized in your game. Okay, layers bar. Basically what layers do is they put different objects on different, obviously, layers, but different, let's say, planes, meaning that, let's say if you want the player in front of the background, you would put the player on a different layer than the background. And there's also other uses for layers too, which we'll talk about later. The object bar is basically what happens is that if you have a bunch of game objects, they all go here. And then the configuration bar, and this tells you which configuration you're working for. So if you uncheck this, it won't work, because you have to have at least one. But there are different kinds of configurations. In this case, we're using HTML5. Alright, now there's also other things. You can zoom in or zoom out here. and also you can snap to grid, which is very handy because if you're making a game, that it's easier to make things look a little bit better when the grid is on. Now you can click that on or off, and also you can actually take the style and change it around too. Let's quickly go through this last one right here. You also, when we come to events, you can add an event, you can add the condition, and this basically, all the stuff here will cover in the events tutorial. Alright, there's a couple other buttons here. You can use the pin button, or you can get some info right there. Alright, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.